say you did 8 years in prison.
It's crazy in prison, man. I seen people kill themselves. You by yourself, you can't trust nobody. The people that glorify prison is people that never did time. While he talked, he just stole them. Bomb, split his whole face. And now all 6 of them got knives out, chasing them. They pull up on you like, what's good? Like, you bang? You gonna get pulled up on. But most prisons, they throw y'all in that block and you just don't have to survive in the mugs. You get killed over that. And you got some people that say once a criminal, always a criminal, or that's not true at all. Giving your life to God is so much better than the streets.
Yo, welcome everybody. Welcome back to the Elevate Solo podcast. I'm your host, Ant, aka Solo. And listen, y'all, today I got a super special guest, and he's special for a number of reasons. I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick before I even introduce him, right? I'm a baby Christian, new to faith, all this, right? And my main prayer has been, God, please send me more brothers in Christ, more sisters in Christ. And the first person he sent me was you. And I want to introduce y'all to my brother in Christ, Austin.
What's up?
What up, man? How you feeling?
Coolin', man. Blessed, thankful.
Glad to have you on the show.
Yep.
Now look, something that took me by shock. Like when I was speaking to you, when I first heard you speaking, hearing you speak, it's like, okay, it's something about this guy. I don't know what it is, but it's something about him that I'm like, yo, it's special.
Yep.
Until you told me you was a God-fearing man, but you also said you did 8 years in prison.
Yep, man, 8 years, 8 long years.
8 years, but we're gonna get to that. But before we get to that, I think it's important to know who Austin was before that period, before he first going into prison. So I want to know a little bit more about your upbringing.
See, a lot of people think because I was in that criminal world and I did time and all that, they think my upbringing was bad, but it wasn't. I actually grew up in a stable household,
really?
God-fearing parents. I went to church. I went to Sunday school as a kid, and I always had a praying mother. Mm-hmm. But at 8 years old, my parents divorced.
So 8 is a special number for you.
I know, right? Yeah, 8. Yeah. But yeah, I was raised in North Carolina. All this stuff was in North Carolina, and I was a bad kid, like in school, you know, hyper and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I had a good life all the way, like a regular child life, all the way up until 15. 15 is when it all started.
Really?
I started, cause I got 4 brothers. There's 5 of us. I got 4 older brothers. I'm the youngest, and my oldest brothers, they was in the criminal world, and I used to see that as a little kid, 6, 7 years old, 8, 10, 11, all the way up. And I just slowly but surely started to follow in their footsteps, man. And my brothers, they got locked up, and they left a lot of weed behind when they got locked up, and I started selling it. And I didn't know nothing about it. I sold this guy like a handful of weed for like $5. So he came back and was like, yo, I want the same thing you gave me, same price.
Really?
And I'm like, all right. When I did it the second time, I had a homeboy there that smoked. He been smoking. I think that's who got me into it. And he saw what I did. He was like, how much you just get for that? I was like, $5. He was like, nah, bro, you gave him way too much. I'm like, he showed me how to use a scale and that was all. That was it right there.
So weed was the start of it, right?
Yeah, weed was the start of just getting into that street criminal lifestyle.
What was the thing that actually got you sentenced? If you mind sharing.
Yeah, I don't mind because it's my testimony. But
okay.
Armed robbery is what I did 8 years for. Armed robbery, gun charge, shooting charge, basic typical trenches charges.
That's a basic charge?
That's the basic charge.
See, I ain't from the hood, that's a basic charge?
That's one of the basic charges, and
really?
see, the major crimes is murder, but the basic is robbery. Everybody robbing, everybody got guns, doing shooting and stuff, so those your basic charges in the hood. Drug and robbery. But yeah, that's what I did 8 years for. Man, see, I know a lot of people, they when they hear that, they be like, dang. Some people be like, I never know. Like you, I never know.
Yeah.
I was young and I didn't have no guidance. Like I said, my parents was good parents, but I went off on my own and just ran the streets. At 15, I was just running the streets, messing with women in their 30s. They think I'm grown because I'm driving. I dropped out of school in ninth grade, selling weed, driving. I was a freshman driving a Chevy, old school box Chevy, selling weed. In school, I felt like school was just a waste of time, and I just dropped out.
Let me. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you good.
But let me say, because I think when I think about children or not even children, when I think about men who go to prison and do time, right, or young guys who go to prison and do time, or in a world of trouble, I just say that. I'm always like, bro, like, the ones who I get, the ones who like you was forced, you don't have a dad, you don't have a parent, you don't have a mother, but the ones who have stable families, that's where my disconnect lies, and that's where my confusion starts. But I'm wondering, like, because I was hearing, like, us even as individuals, you know how females say, like, or they say females will say, like, they don't like good guys. They don't like good guys.
Yeah.
But I think it's the same for men. I don't think men respect good guys. Like, even growing up, you don't respect the guys who's going to work every day. You want to be like the man outside.
The drug
like you said, you want to be like your brother. You want to be like the guys who getting money, the guys who doing crime and criminal activity. But why do you think that is for us?
America, capitalist. It's a capitalist country. We all conditioned to want the glamorous life, the American dream, and we was conditioned as Americans to see like that. So if we see, we don't want to be a guy in the Honda Civic. We want to be the guy in the Lamborghini. I mean, that's just how that's just how Americans was conditioned. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't think everybody in the world is like that, but I do believe most of Americans are like that. They glorified it on television. Like, everything we see on social media, TV, is they show that the rich life and the American dream, the picket fence, kids, dog, nice life is the life you want to live. So I think that's why we gravitate to that. I don't think it's a bad guy thing. It's more of like a fast life living, like it looked like you just got all the money, and I think that's where that come from, man. It's just conditioned from birth, just watching TV and the music and everything influenced entertainment. It influenced the people to want more, because I recently not too long ago just gave that up. Like, I don't even care about the money no more. Like, it's not even about the money, and the whole time it never was about the money. People will say that. You got some people that will say time is money and money is everything, and you need the money. Time is money. You can't, but that's not true. The time is not money. You can get money back, you can't get time back. So that right there cuts that down in the middle.
I guess, and as you're speaking, another thought just came to my head. And when we think about, now this going back to the armed robbery, when you going out and you commit crimes, right? From young people all the way up to the adults, when these, it's like there has to be a thought, or at least I would think, is there a thought going through your head telling you, like, maybe this is wrong, maybe I shouldn't do this, and sometimes, like, we may ignore that thought and still continue to do. Did you ever have those thoughts?
Yep, I have them all the time. I had them all the time, but I just always just said forget it, just because that's the Holy Spirit.
I was just about to,
it's just simple. That's because. Now knowing what I know now, I know it was the Holy Spirit, because I know what I know now. But back then, I just didn't think nothing of it. Like, we all, like, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I do believe that all of us that was living that criminal lifestyle do have that voice in our ear, like, go the other way or don't do that. I do believe everybody have it, and I do believe that is the Spirit of God that's in everybody. That's telling them to do that be in their ear, telling them to do right from wrong, and yeah, man, I had that voice every time I committed a crime. I had that voice in my ear.
When you look back at that specific moment in your life, and you sit down for those 8 years, was it worth it?
No, I don't regret it. but it wasn't worth it. Time in prison is not worth like that. Like, I don't wish that on nobody. Like, just criminal activity, period. Knowing what I know now, seeing, because it's all about money in the criminal world. It's all about money. Everybody chasing money, sex, drugs. It's just money, money, money. And I just learned, man, that money ain't everything, and it's not about money. And that kind of really, it changed the trajectory of on how I see life. So I can't even think to do anything criminal now. Like, it's just, I know better now.
Right.
And see, a lot, I tell people, people say, a lot of people say they know, people know better, they just don't care. I don't believe that, because you got people that do crimes and do stuff and never change. They'll go to prison, come back out, still living that lifestyle. Some people just keep going through the same thing over and over, relationship wise, financial, everything. They just keep failing and just doing it again, ain't learning. And people say that they know better, they just don't care. I don't think that they don't care, they just don't know better. If somebody commit a crime they know is not right and they do it anyway, just because they know what they doing ain't right, it's against the law, don't necessarily mean they know better, because if they knew better, they'd do better. If they knew better, they wouldn't do it. Now I know better. So that's why I don't do it.
But what was it for you that finally got you to know and realize? Because you said that you know, but a lot of time, but at a point in time, you didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know. God. Now I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it plain. Ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Jesus Christ is how I know now. And that's it. It's really important to. I wanna emphasize that, because Jesus Christ, spirituality, the searching for God, it does something to your spirit. It does something to your soul, where you start to become aware of your future more than ever. Like, you think about who you can become. You think about what God have in store for you. Like, you start to think about your future, and then when you start thinking about your future, you watch the type of decisions you make, because like everything you do, you kind of thinking about the outcome, and like, dang, I can't do that because I want to do this for my family, or I got a plan and I want to execute it, and I know God gonna bless me, so I ain't about to mess up that. Like, you start thinking about your future.
So a lot of guys don't think about that. Like, young guys, we don't think about 5-10 years down the line. And if we do commit a crime, we're not thinking about what this crime could do for us.
Yeah.
Jail, prison, this is something that is praised upon in the hood. Like, they feel like if you ain't been in jail, if you ain't got locked up yet, you don't got no stripes.
Yeah.
You ain't earned no stripes yet. But I'm like, why is it? And then I'm get to thinking, I'm listening to the rap music, and I'm hearing how the young guys thinks. I was watching a video. I like watching like hood vlogs to see the pain, try to connect to the struggle, right?
Yeah, to the struggle, yeah.
And I just remember in the video, they just kept saying, yo, free such and such, RIP such and such, and it's like, it just keep going, free RIP, free RIP, free RIP. I'm like, do y'all not hear y'all stuff? Like, this is the problem, right?
Yeah.
We gotta fix this.
Yeah. These hoods was systematically put there. The way the kids think, and the way just the hood think, and glorifying prison and glorifying killing, and this generational, so they don't really know for real what's going on. They daddies was like this, and they grandpas was like this, and this stuff trickled down. That's what the projects is there for, to keep them people in that spot. See, like, I grew up in middle class, but I chose to go to the hood. See, I went to the hood, and the hood consumed me. Really? And see, that's what happened. So the environment plays a part. That's actually 100% on how we become who we become in the streets. Our environment, who we hang with, who we surround ourselves with, is how you're going to be affected. And those neighborhoods, these hoods, was systematically put there. This was created. This was a project. That's why they call it the projects. and you can do research on this. This stuff was back in like the 50s and the 40s. It wasn't no projects. Us black people, we wore suits. It was gangsters still, but they was more classy. They was suits, hats, you know, got they pistol.
So with gangsters dressed like this?
Yeah, gangsters dressed like that, yeah. See, that's how they dressed. They didn't sag their pants. They didn't that wasn't, everybody was put together. And the mom and the father and the mother was in the household. The mother knew the dad was the gangster and he went out and he did stuff, but they household was structured. It had the mom, it had the dad, they had rules. And they kids, and a lot of times the dads didn't want their kids in the criminal world because they knew the type of life it was. And it's still like that today, but they came up with the projects.
What times was these?
Like the 40s, 50s and stuff like that. Back in those times, 40s, 50s. Things started to change in the 60s, 70s is when these projects came about. And that's just to keep our people in that spot, in that one spot, government assistance and all that stuff. What it does, it just lock our people in, not even just in that spot physically, in an area physically, but mentally. See, you wouldn't believe how many people in the hood don't think that they can get out. They think that's just what it is. Like you got some people that never been, they 20 years old, never been away from their hood.
30, 40
Yeah,
years.
30, 40, never been away from their city. Never been nowhere. Never seen any different cultures.
Nah, that's true that you said that. I think about, like my mama tell me all the time, you don't know how blessed you are. Like they tell me that all the time. My mama and my dad are both from the hood. I ain't had to grow up that way. From the hood, grew up in the suburbs though. I grew up out here and I've seen so many different things where the hood didn't seem like nothing that really ever interested me because of all the things that I was exposed to out in this middle class area, you know what I mean? And so sometimes I feel for the young guys in the hood because I see myself in them, not in a state where like I do crimes, but if I was never exposed to this different lifestyle, I know I would probably still do the same thing you guys are doing. And I think that's why God really is calling me, yo, bro, you need to touch them. And that's something we got in common too. We want to help the young generation. What do you feel like well, let me ask you this real fast. What was it, because you said you chose to go to the hood, and then what was it about the middle class that you didn't like to be in?
I chose to go there because it wasn't nothing to do at home that was thrilling. I guess I was chasing the thrill. I got tired of just skateboarding out on the street. I got tired of just sitting around playing a game. I wanted to get out where the action was.
I think it sounds like it starts early. It started very early, and I think it even starts in school. Like what we perceive as cool, I feel like we gotta change what's cool. We look at the smart guys as dorks. You know what I'm saying? We look at them like they so many different names. We laugh at them, right? And we laugh at the class counter dude who skips school, dude who don't really take class serious. And now when I look back in college, not when I look back at high school, the guys who were smart, even the smart guys will tell you, man, I ain't really that smart, I'm dumb. They even try to be cooler. Bro, you smart, bro. I wish I was smart. I wish I had that ability. But no, those are the guys, the smart individuals are the ones who come out and they actually proceed to do something with life. Those people who have that forget school mindset mentality, for the most part, not everybody, and tend to have that same mentality towards life, and then it just go on and on. But I do want to get to this, though. I want to ask you this, right? Because jail is so glorified in the hood community, I want to talk about, for you, what was that when you first realized you got sentenced, and when you the first 24 hours, I want to know what was going through your mind, what was going through your brain. Were you scared? What was that?
See, my 8 years wasn't the first time I've been locked up. That's the longest I've been locked up.
Okay, what was the first time?
So the first time I was 16, and I got locked up for B&E, breaking and entering. That's kind of what we did in the hood as kids. I was 16, I think. Actually, I ain't do no time. That was my first charge.
Really?
And they gave me probation. 16, first charge, got probation. I think I got 5 years probation. And I violated. I I think smoking weed or something, and I did 90 days. That's when I first ever went to jail and was in a cell. And before that all happened, I was in the streets, been through a lot of stuff in the streets already. So I wasn't really scared because all the people I was around was the people I'm around in the streets.
This is 16?
Yeah, I'm 16. Yeah, so I'm around all the people. I'm around in the streets. I'm around the same people.
Really?
The same people in the hoods, the same people in the prison. So I knew a couple people in there like, what's up, bro? Like, dang, what you in here for? So I kind of, it already was like,
right.
It didn't feel, because I was in the streets. That wasn't like I committed a crime as a nerd.
Right.
You know, some people do sick stuff, never been in the streets or nothing. They do something crazy and go to jail. They the ones that's when you would be kind of nervous. But me, I felt like I was at home. I felt like I was in the streets when I went to jail, and that's sad to say, but my first experience, that's how it was. I was a little nervous, like, hey, what's this gonna be like? Is it like the movies? But when I got in there, I'm like, oh, that go JoJo, that go what's his name, that go. So it kind of felt I was just in there chilling, and you can play cards, you can play chess. So, but it ain't a good place now. I ain't trying to make. Not in any way, shape, or form. It's good, nice, and fun in there though. Like it's crazy in prison, man. You by yourself. You can't trust nobody. When you start bidding and you go to prison and you do time, you might find that one person you can put your back against. But everybody always got that one person that you can trust somewhat to get you through time. And you do build brotherhoods. Like I got people right now still coming from prison that I built relationships with during that time, became brothers. And I put money on their books. I help them out, anything they need out here. So like you do meet that person in there that y'all become like family, because it's like a real friendship. You with these people bidding 5 years, y'all known each other, and y'all been meeting up in different prisons and all that. So you build relationships in there, friendships in there that lasts forever. But prison is not, in jail is not fun. It's not cool. It's not cool at all. So
have you ever, like the people who was in prison when you did your time, did y'all come out and was like, hey man, I remember were there some people you connected with?
One of them I did, but a lot, like most of them that I was real tight with, they still in there. They still doing time. So yeah, some of them got 7 years left. Some of them got life, never coming home. Some came out, but I ain't never seen them yet since I've been home.
How long you been out now?
Like 3 years.
Like 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But yep.
Real quick, all right. Like I said, I keep talking about how jail is glorified, because it is in our community.
It is.
It literally is. And I want to talk about the mental state as a prisoner. When we think about when you're going through year 1, year 2, year 3, I can only imagine what you're seeing every single day, every single night.
Yeah. Talk
about the mental aspect of it.
Before I get into the mental, I do want to touch on why people glorify, because that's what you on.
Okay.
The people that glorify prison is people that never did time. Ain't nobody glorifying nothing about prison that ain't did it. So that's the kids. That's the people that think it's cool. But people when I mean doing time, I mean like 5 or better.
Okay.
Anybody, you can go to the county jail for 30 days, come back out, still commit crimes. You ain't do no time. You can go sit in jail 4 months. That ain't no time. That ain't nothing. That's we sleep that in prison. We sleep 4 months away. So I want to put that out there too. Okay. The only people glorifying it is people that never been. Them the only ones that be like, yeah, my homeboy, he locked up right now. Yeah, oh yeah, he doing life for a body. You know, they glorifying it because they not in it. That's why you seeing them glorified, because they out here. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I wanted to put that out there because we not, the people that do time, we don't glorify it. Yeah, we don't glorify prison. Even if we still got a criminal mindset, we do a bid 5 or better. ain't nobody gonna talk about how that's cool. That's only the people that never did time gonna say that. But touch on the mental part of it. That's actually the most important thing during time, your mental health. Because if you don't got a strong willpower, it's over for you. It's over. I seen people kill themselves. I seen people do crazy stuff because they just couldn't do the time. And you might heard the saying, you do the time, don't let the time do you.
Yeah.
What that mean is you do the time, and like you do that joint on your head, like you do it with your chest, your head high, chest out, do that time. Like, don't think about the crib, don't think about freedom, do your time. And not in letting the time do you is when you always thinking about you in prison and you want to go home and you got a long time and I just got to get out of here. You letting the time do you. Because when you got a bid, 5 or better, and I say 5 or better because that 5 year, like coming up, like you did 4, coming up on that 5, that's when it started to hit you. Like you like, man, I'm just here, man. Like, man, I've been here 5 years in this mud. So 5 years is like bid. 5 or better, you bid. 5 years a long time.
Bid and
we just call it's a prison term. Bid it mean doing time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bid. It's a bid. I'm doing a bid, and you can say doing a 2-year bid, 4-year bid, 1-year bid. We just call time bids. Man, I don't know if that's nationwide, but I hear that in different cities and stuff.
I heard a statistic, and I want to know how you feel about this. They said prisoners, it was like a few weeks ago, they said prisoners, it really wasn't a statistic, but it was a white guy talking. He said prisoners within a span of 5, after doing time over 5 years, within the next 5 years, they expect them to come back to prison. Like that's how the criminal system, I don't know, it's criminal justice system.
Yeah.
That's how they look at it, right? And I'm even thinking about how you got into even doing 8 terms. The first time you said you did something.
I did 3. I've been locked up. I think 4 times.
But to me, it sounds like kind of they set you up for it, because they kind of they start let you get a little taste.
Yeah, they get a little taste.
And let you out. You like, oh, that ain't that bad.
Yeah.
And then you go back
again. Oh, that ain't that bad. And it just all depends on your crime. But the real statistic is 3 years.
3 years.
That's when you beat the recidivism rate. 3 years. If you out 3 years, you didn't beat statistic. It usually take under 3 years for somebody to go back to prison. 3 to 5, you can't say 5, but 3 years I think is what they count on. But 80 to 90% of people go back within 3 years that did time. Like my first time, I got probation my first crime, so I didn't do no time. Second time violate, I think I did like 3 months, something like that, 90 days or something. And then I got another B&E, I think I got another B&E charge at like 17, and I did 8 months in prison. I sent me to prison for 8 months. That was my first time going to prison, because you got county jail and you got prison. So yeah, that was my first time in prison, 8 months. That's when I got out, and I was only out 4 months, and I went back for 8 years. So see, months ain't that much time. And see, I think I did 2 90 days in jail before that 8 months in prison I did. So I was already accustomed to being locked up. So
all in all, you did what, like 9 years?
Yeah, I probably did about 9 years, 10 years probably, all in my life behind bars. Which I'm blessed for, man. I came home 28. I got another chance, man. Like, to sit here right now doing this is a blessing. I know people that I'm tight with ain't never coming back, ain't never coming home. Unless a law change, I pray they get out somehow. But some of them just, they in there for crazy stuff. Cutting heads off, chopping bodies up. Like, they just never coming home. But, I know, but it's crazy. It's crazy because I know it's weird to hear this, but the most genuine people and the most smartest people is in prison, bro.
What?
Yeah. and like take that to the bank. Like, can't nobody tell me otherwise. The most, like, the people in there is so creative, and a lot of them is so genuine. And the reason why I think that is because in prison you don't got nothing but your word, but your personality. Like, but all you got is who you are. Like, that's all you got in there. Like, you don't got nothing. Everybody got the same thing. Everybody, you all in the same place. You can't go no higher than each other. So you can buy a whole bunch of food and have a lot of food and stuff, but at the end of the day, what holds merit is who you are in prison. Like, you can have all the food or money or whatever in prison you want, but if you a snitch, don't nobody care about you. Ain't nobody trying to talk to you, be with you, bro. If you a bully or just somebody that just a bad person, like, don't nobody care about what you doing, or if something happened to you, ain't nobody gonna help. Like, nobody care about you. So people try to be good. People use who they are as they I cannot put it, just as they value, like they value in life is just who they are. And that's why it's a lot of genuine people in there, because they just want to just be real. They want to be loyal. A lot of, don't get me wrong, it ain't a lot of that, but the most genuine people, the most genuine person you may find is in prison.
What?
Yeah. They and I know it sound crazy, man, because they criminals.
Right.
But you know, criminals, they gonna be real to who they are. But out here, you got criminals don't even know it. You got politicians. You got people out here committing crimes behind closed doors.
Right.
And you don't even know it. But
right.
a criminal, he'll show you a pistol and a pound. Like, yeah, I sell dope. Yeah, you'll come to the hood with me. Like, you're a criminal. But you got people that's doing this behind closed doors, doing coke behind closed doors, messing with kids behind closed doors. Full-fledged, sick criminals, and you don't even know it. Politicians, criminals don't even know it. Because that's the true criminals. Our justice system, our politicians, that's the real criminals. Those the gangsters in suits. So if you want to see a real straight cold-blooded gangster, just cut on the news and just look at the news. Just watch the news. Them cold-blooded gangsters right there. Yeah, that's.
Maybe I need to get more into politics.
Yeah, get into it. That's something real good to get into. You'll understand where you living better. You will understand the country you live in. America's sick. America crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my country. It's free. I mean, it's the land of the free. You can walk out your door and become anything you want to be, and that's freedom to me. You can be born and as growing up, you can say you want to be something and be it. So it's the land of free. But as far as like behind the curtains of America, it's dark. It's evil. It's definitely dark. So. Yeah,
I feel like we're going on a rabbit hole. We just did.
Yeah, we're going on a rabbit hole. Yeah,
but we could probably say that for another episode for sure. Because that's important. I feel like that's something we really need to dial in and talk about. But I want real fast, right? I hear all the time people say, "Yo, when you go into prison, you had to become a monster. You had to become this. You had to become that. You had to become a man. They teach you how to be a man." I want to know, who did you have to become in prison that you wasn't already in the free world?
I didn't change who I was. I just adapt to my surroundings. I always been. My name was A1. That's so. Whoever see this video, yeah, this A1, man. I'm out here, man. I'm doing good, and I pray y'all just
find God.
Yeah, find God, man.
Then find freedom.
But yeah, and find freedom.
Right.
But yeah, I went by A1. You mean like? Just A1. I was A1. I was myself. I was real. I kept it 100. And I didn't really, because I was already loyal. That's why I had co-defendants. I got the most time. I ain't say nothing. Everybody else just told on me and told on with everything. So I got the most time of everybody. Really? And that's just who I was. I was loyal. And I wouldn't change that for nothing. Some people say some people that was loyal to the streets, like, I won't be loyal again. But it's who you are, man. It's who you are. So I just stayed that same person. And whatever situation came about, like fights and stuff, or people try to bully you or try to figure you out, because certain prisons you may go in and they pull up on you like, what's good, like you bang, like you gonna get pulled up on. And I just always stood 10 toes, like, nah, I don't bang, what's good though, like what's up. And if you standing on all 10 like that, you're gonna be respected. You don't gotta fight all the time for real, unless you just happen to go into a pod that got a hothead in there that's on that gang bang. Cause that's who the problems you're gonna have. If you don't bang, you're gonna have problems with the gang members. If you like, ain't no mutual person gonna pull up and be on that type time or be like, yeah, you gotta tighten up, welcome to the big house. Ain't no regular person doing that. So they're gonna be gang members. And I just stood 10. I just stood on all 10 and just, it is what it is. And they seen it and they respected it. And everywhere I go, I was like that. And they just respected it. I never had to fight going into a prison. But after I've been big for a while, I made a name. So people knew who I was as the dude getting money. I got money in prison. I was the hustler in prison. I started tatting. So I was a big boy tattoo artist in prison. Yeah, I tatted some of my tattoos. Did my stomach. Did a couple of these.
What was the inspiration behind them when you?
I was always an artist. I always knew how to draw good. So it was a dry patch in prison where my people weren't sending me money like that. And if you ain't getting money in, you gonna starve. You ain't gonna starve to death, but trust me, that stomach, you losing weight, and that stomach touching that back. So if you ain't getting money, you gon' if you ain't asking nobody, like, man, can I get a soup, or you got a cake or chips or something, like, if you ain't asking nobody for nothing, you ain't got no money, you gonna starve. So I had to hustle.
I wanna know real quick, like, what was part of the craziest thing you seen in prison that you was like, man, if I ain't see this with my 2 eyes, I wouldn't believe it.
Well, I've been through crazy stuff, but actually seeing it was this guy, because the phone is valuable in prison, like the wall phone. It's a lot of prisons, only one phone in the block, so people take turns, or it might be 2, and it's a line. You know, I'm on the phone next, and they have like a paper where it's a list, and everybody got to go off the list, and that's some prisons, the police regulate the phone, but most prisons, it's the inmates. They throw y'all in that block, and you're gonna have to survive in that mug. So if you some soft dude, you ain't getting on the phone. You gonna always put you at the last of the list. They be like, you at the last. He might not make it on the phone. Really? So and a lot of times that'll happen. People will blow up. But let me not get off subject. But it was over the phone. This guy was arguing with his girl or something on the phone or something, and he kept clicking. When his phone call over with, it's supposed to be to the next person, and the phone is valuable now. So you click again and you call them. Oh, it's like, nigga, you like, that's a problem. You get killed over that. They kill you over that. So he clicked again. Like, he clicked, and a guy came up and was like, yo, what's up? Like, so when he clicked, they own it. They trying to get on the phone. So soon he pushed and went to go dial again. Dude pulled up and said, hey, yo, what's up, bro? I'm next on the phone. What's up? He was like, man, I just ported, man, this one time. So he let him rock, and he did it again. He did old call and clicked again 3 times in a row. Oh yeah, you bold. So, and he was a stocky dude, kind of tall, probably 6. So he kind of feel like he was kind of big dude. It's kind of petite, kind of cut, not too big, but it was cut up. Right. And he did it again. So the dude was like, yo, no, you gotta get off the phone. You gotta get off the phone. He like, man, I'm about to get off, man. And he kind of like was going bang. It's called banging. You know, like bang on the phone, like you bang on hanging up. So he was about to bang it, but he didn't want to. He was like, all right. So they let him rock on the phone. And long story short, when he got off on it, it was Bloods, 2 gangs. When he got off of the phone, they all told him, they called him to the back, and it was like it's like 6 of them. Called him to one dude against 6 dudes. Called him to the back of the block where it's like the camera can't see. And they was telling him, hey, look, man, like, you gonna have to figure something out. Like, you can't do that no more. Like, you lucky we allow you to do that. Like, just telling them stuff like that. And while they talking, the dude just stole off on him. The dude that was on the phone stole off on a big homie. Big homie of it. And the big homie kind of big too. He ain't as tall, but he kind of heavy set. And he kind of fat with it. But he big, fat. Other dude cut and shape type from New York. And while he talking, he just stole him. Bong, split his whole face. And when he stole him, he ran. And now all 6 of them got knives out, chasing him. And he just trying to get away. He just running in circles. None of them trying to just charge him. We in a block. So he running around the block. They all running around and not trying to, none of them wanted to, I guess because he stole off on the dude, nobody want to get close to him. Because the whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, why? It's 6 of y'all. Why don't y'all just charge the man? Y'all trying to get him. So they chasing him around and he getting away. With the dude he stole, he went in his room, and got his long knife, like this long, big long knife. They make them in there, shanks, shanks.
So stabbing is normal.
Yeah, stabbing, that's fighting. It's just like here in the streets. People that shoot, they in there with knives. So it's just, that's what it is. They trying to get you up out of there. So, but yeah, prison dangerous. It's dangerous. You could die there. It's a lot of guys I know didn't make it out. So he was throwing stuff at him, anything he can get to pick up, he'll throw at somebody to get him off, like a boot on the ground. He'll get it and throw it. And he threw this boot at this dude and hit him in the face. I'm like, this dude is getting off. He one dude. And then when a dude do get to him, he'll 2-3 piece him and connect with all of them and kind of have him going like that. So I'm like, dang, he all letting this one man just. So eventually they said, forget that. And all kind of charged him. And right when they did that, and the dude with the long knife tried to stab him with it, but he kind of slipped. He fell where he couldn't get a good stab on him. And right when all that happened, when they finally all kind of got on, one dude got him in the neck. See, they all charged him. One dude had like a toothbrush shank, stabbed him in the neck, broke it off. And I was wondering what that white thing was sticking out his neck, but he had a toothbrush in his neck. And right when that all happened, they got on him, they all on the ground. That's when the police just started finally coming in. And I'm like, dang, they was running around for like 2 minutes almost. And that's a long time. When you in a fight, when you in an altercation, 2 minutes is a long time.
Really?
So yeah, 2 minutes is a long time. So in prison, 2 minutes is a long time in fighting and all that. It's probably 30 seconds at the max you fight and it's over. So he end up, they all went to the hole. But that was the craziest thing I seen, because it was like one man against 6, and he was like, he had him running around, and I ain't tell you everything. It was like little stuff that happened, but it was just the craziest thing I seen.
Now, what about you been through?
Yeah, see, now the craziest thing I've been through was now this the craziest thing ever.
Okay.
But I was at a prison. It's the same prison that this happened at. Maximum custody, like the maximum where all the crazy people go. I went to that prison because I got caught with a cell phone. I had a cell phone, got caught with it, so I had to go to max. And I was doing a tattoo, and somebody probably heard about this. Somebody probably heard this story because it was world news. But I was in the middle of doing a tattoo because I was a tattoo artist in there, and they was calling codes over the intercom, like code 4. Code 4 is a fight, and then right after that they might be like code 2. Code 2 is count, like it's time to count. Everybody locked down for count. And then right after that they was like code 1. Code 1 is locked down, because I know they called fire code 2. I forgot the number, but they was calling these different codes back to back. So everybody like, what's going on? Because when they call that code, we got to tighten up and If it's something we got to do, if it's fire code, we got to get up and go out for the fire joint like you do in school. You go outside and wait for the fire alarm joint and all that. And that's the same thing they do in prison. So we own the codes they call me, like, oh damn, we gotta go. I'm tatting, so I'm like, oh man, let's go do this drill right quick so we can come back and finish. And then right after that, they code one that's lockdown, facility lockdown, everybody locked down, like everybody, the whole facility, everybody locked down. So we heard that, we like, damn, what's going on? So we locked down. I couldn't even finish my tat. So we locked down, and it's probably like 12 in the afternoon or something. And we locked down, and the CO's doing their rounds, and we asked them, like, what's going on? It's probably like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock now. They ain't letting us out our cells. They bringing food to our doors. So we usually walk to the cafeteria, to the chow hall. And they didn't let us walk to the chow hall. So that's when we knew, okay, something happened. Something wrong. Because they bringing the food to our doors. They not letting us out our cells. They giving it to our through the trap, like if we was in a hole. Segregation is what they call the hole. So we like, dang, what's going on, man? Like, so we asked them, nighttime coming. They not letting us get on the phone. They not letting us do nothing. It's 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock. We still in our cells, locked down. So, long story short, the next morning, we get up, the TV on, and the news on. And two police officers, a janitor, a maintenance man, and a teacher was killed in that prison I was at. They was murdered, and come to find out, I think 4 guys trying to escape at that prison I was at, and killed those people, beat them with hammers, stabbed them with screwdrivers, killed them. One of the dudes I knew, never thought he'd do nothing like that, man. I did a tat on him. I never, black dude, it was 3 white dudes, 1 black dude. Never thought he'd do it. They killed him. And one of the teachers they killed was a black lady that was the nicest lady in that prison. Used to spend her own money to feed the inmates in school with out in the world food, like. So that out in the world food, that's a blessing to get in prison. So she used to do that type of stuff. The nicest person in the prison killed her. Wow. They beat them with hammers and stabbed them with screwdrivers and stuff. And
that's sick,
I know, bro. And that's what happened, man. And you can look it up now. It was on World News, and you can Google it. It was a big case. But that was the craziest situation I've been in. It was the massacre. It was at Pasquotank prison, and it was a Pasquotank massacre. Like it was crazy. And we was on lockdown for months. Like I think we was on lockdown for like 3 months. We never could come out our cell. I can't remember exactly how long, but I know we was locked down for a minute, and people just was. We had a riot. We didn't riot, but we went on strike, and I actually was one of the guys that started that strike. We didn't take our meals. We were striking. Like when you strike like that and don't eat, that's a medical issue. Like that's a big deal in prison. And that's how inmates go on strike. They don't eat, and that's how we strike. We don't eat and we don't leave our cells. So if they need anything done, nobody moving, nobody eating, we just gonna sit here, starve to death. And just we giving up everything unless y'all do this for us. And that's how we got off that lockdown. They slowly but surely let us get out, but that was the craziest thing.
But I wanna fast forward to the moment that you got the idea, or somebody told you, a prison guard or whoever told you that, yo, your time is coming for you to be let out. Like it's almost time for you to be free, or it's time for you to be free. What was going through your mind? What was going through your head?
I was smart enough to know, okay, I'm a felon with a robbery charge. Like I know it's gonna be hard for me to get out and find a decent job. So I started studying business. I started studying financial literacy. I started studying a lot of things about money, and I got a job like 2 weeks out.
What?
I was working at Milwaukee Tools.
Milwaukee Tools.
Yeah, and I think I was making like $19 an hour, and I saved all my money up, and I was buying tattoo equipment, and I ended up renting this space. It's like this. like I got a building in different spaces. I rented out some space and I started doing tattoos out of it, and I didn't like the lifestyle of the tattoo world. Like
The lifestyle?
I just didn't like the type of people that I had to deal with. And I don't know if it's just this area or what.
Oftentimes we don't think about the type of customers.
Yeah, type of customers you would get for certain business. Yeah, because think about it, I'm getting people that want to be tatted up.
Right,
so
right,
the type
right.
of customers
Yeah.
I was always interested in this type of stuff, film, and like film and just commercials, music videos, movies and stuff like that. So I just told myself that's what I wanted to do, and I've been in it for like 2.5 years now. And now I own my own company, my own film company, and I'm a full-time entrepreneur. And now,
First off, congratulations on that, man. Come on, man, to come out.
Yep. So yeah, I got into film, and now I do faith-based films and stuff like that. I did start off with music videos, but like again, I don't really like the clients. I don't really like the clients I deal with.
Okay.
Now I would do, because I'm a Christian, man. I'm a believer, and I don't like to be a hypocrite. I don't like to go to church and spread the gospel and help kids find God, and then turn around and go shoot a music video
For somebody who not
girls twerking, talk about killing, talk about, that's just not right.
It makes sense.
Now I would do gospel music videos. I would do gospel rap, anything like dealing with Christ and just rapping about the gospel, and I do that type of stuff. But
was a part of you wanting to get into film with that? Because I'm thinking about prison. You know, you don't have phone. You're not allowed to be around, around electronics. So was it like, yo, I want to get into it. I can't wait till I get out to get around the electronics, and then you just found a love for it.
Yeah. But when I came out this time, something clicked, and I was like, man, I want to start filming. You know, I got plans in life, so I'm working on a nonprofit called the Redeem Foundation, and it will be for at-risk kids, for kids that's in the streets. You know, build an environment for them to come and just teach them grammar, teach them business etiquette, teach them, human resource development, just how to get a job, how to talk, and how to present themselves at a job interview.
So when I heard the Redeem Foundation, I heard Redeem Films, and I'm loving this word redeem, but I want to know for you, like, what is being redeemed, or what does redeem mean to you?
Giving my life to Christ, and He called my name, and He pulled me from the flames and renewed me. So I've been redeemed, and now most of my brands is called Redeemed.
From criminal to Christian.
Yeah, from criminal to Christian. Yeah, from criminal to Christian.
Criminal to Christian.
And it's actually, and I tell guys too that's in the hood, because the guys in the hood, they think you soft. They think you soft, and you crazy for you going soft on us like that. Like, you lame, bro. Like, you soft. You change your life and been good. A lot of them say that, but from my perspective, being where I'm at now, it's way better than the streets. It's way cooler than the streets. It's way cooler than chasing money. Giving your life to God and just finding that peace within, and being able to love your neighbor and love your enemy, and just all the gifts that God give you as you build a relationship with Him, all the gifts you discover within yourself is so much better than the streets. Coming from me, like, that live the streets, I remember the fun, I remember the thrill, but this lifestyle is way better because I'm free. I don't have no worries. Like, I'm not worrying if I survive today, even though every day not promised, but I'm not worried about getting killed. I'm not thinking about that. I'm not thinking about the police kicking in my door, the police behind me. Like, it feels so good to now drive and see a cop and not even think nothing about it. See, in the streets, we see a cop, we tighten up. 12, tighten up. Hey, put the gun over. 12 over there, bro. Like it's no more of that.
Come on.
Like, you don't even got to think about that no more. So this life is better. This life is better. And that's what I try to tell the kids, that you think it's lame and it's boring. See, some people think it's boring, but it's actually fun, man. It's fun to live your life in peace, to live your life knowing God got you.
So what is the things that people call lame are all the wrong things, basically?
Yep, it's the wrong things, and like I told you, it was systematically put in place to think like that. We didn't just wake up and think being good was lame. This was systematically put in place.
Right.
But yeah, man, life is great. I'm thankful. I'm blessed. I'm loved. I consider myself a successful man because I reach my goals. My goals, and that's what success is, just accomplishing your goals. You don't have to be a millionaire to be successful. If you set a goal and you accomplish it, you're a successful man. So,
man.
So that's what it is, man. And
did you have any kids?
I got a kid on the way.
Really?
First kid.
Come on, man.
So I never had kids.
Congratulations.
To just now.
Really?
I'm actually having a kid now. My wife is pregnant now. First kid. And that's a blessing too. So God, he have his timing, man. I could have had kids running around everywhere, ripping and running the streets as a kid when I was younger. But God he just spared that time for me to, I guess, bring a kid in this world, living the life he wanted me to live. So, so I'm thankful for that, man. So yeah.
Did you meet your wife before or after prison?
After prison.
Really?
I prayed for her when I came home because I didn't want to live just the crazy life, man. I didn't want to go around messing with women, dealing with different women, and just being that womanizer like I was before prison. I didn't want to live like that no more, man, because I found God in prison and I truly changed. See, for the people who watching this that's in the streets, you can change and you can really live it. Like, some people think you can't change, but you can. And you got some people that say once a criminal, always a criminal, or once this, once that. That's not true at all. And the only reason why they believe that, because most criminals stay criminals.
Right.
But some actually change.
Really?
They actually change their entire life and don't think about criminal activity no more for the rest of their life. So
you needed jail.
Yep, I needed jail. It was a blessing. It was my college. That was my university. That was prison was my university. That was my where I went to sharpen my skills and educate myself. And I came out a different person. And I always, because I thought about it, people would be like, dang, the judge hung you. They used to tell me that with my time. I was 19 when I got sentenced 8 years. They was like, dang, the judge hung you, bruh. And as I got older in prison, as I raised myself and educated myself, I told them that, yeah, the judge, he might thought he hung me, but when I get out and become what I become, he ain't do nothing but hang himself. Meaning that the time he gave me created the man I am now that can impact so many lives and so many kids that they try to put in that system. He made a person that I'm going to keep him out of it. So he didn't hang me, he hung himself. He can't lock up the kids he think he was going to be able to lock up because he created me. Because these judges got that power to give you the time they want to give you. But I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful.
I've never been a prisoner, but in my opinion, what I think the greatest compliment that a prisoner can receive, or ex-prisoner, is that somebody can look at you and not even think that you did a day in prison.
Yeah, and you right, bro, because that's how I feel.
Right. If you never told me, I couldn't imagine it because of the way you present yourself. And I think that's a great way to live. Great accomplishment, bro.
And I'm happy you said it, because that's how you know you changed. Nobody can't even, they wouldn't even think that you've been to prison. I got tattoos, and people still won't think prison. They still won't think. And every time somebody, because I get that a lot, they be like, man, you've been in prison for 8 years? Because you would think somebody that do that much time would be kind of off a little bit, or you still kind of, and they do sometimes. If you don't go in there and seek God and educate yourself, you're going to be gone, man. You're going to be gone. You're going to be mentally out of here. Because there's nothing in there for you to do for real. So if you ain't, they got classes and stuff, but you don't have to take them. So if you choose not to educate yourself in there, you will literally come out. There's people in there that can't read, like literally can't read. Go the
At what
house.
age?
50. 60. Some of them been down 40 years. Can't read.
Bro, I just heard, literally before I came here, bro, I just got it was a 15-year-old kid who got 50 years. And they said he was the youngest prisoner to ever be in prison, like with the older people, 15
Yeah.
years old. I'm just thinking, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. And the sad part about it is, these people be doing every bit of that, man. I've been down with people that been locked up 40 years. 40 years locked up behind that cell in that prison life. They never seen the world for 40 years. That's like half of their life. Never seen the freedom. And so I seen people go home during that time. And one guy told me, I asked him, what you gonna do? He was like, man, to be honest with you, young blood, I wouldn't know which way to turn once I walk out. I don't know. I wouldn't know which way to go. And that hit me because everybody dead. All his family, friends, they dead. Like his parents,
Wow.
his fam, like the thing, he had a brother, he was dead. He didn't know nobody to call. He just was getting out to just nothing. Cause he been gone so long, people lived and died. And it's crazy cause it's like, he was 70. I think he was 74 or something like that. But it's crazy how that, to think about that and people doing all that time, bro. The judge is sentencing these. It ain't nothing to play with. It ain't fun when the judge got the gun.
Come on.
It ain't. I'm telling you, they ain't
good.
playing either. They giving these people time. Like you just said, gave that young kid 50 years, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy, bro. Like that is crazy. Like
That is wild.
I got 8 years at 19. The judge ain't saying, listen, you young, I'm not gonna give you a lot of time. Just stay out of trouble and build a future. This time I'm gonna spare you. Judges ain't doing that. They giving you that time. Armed robbery, you're gonna go do about 10 years. You never got in trouble before. You never got in trouble. You're gonna do 10 years. That's gonna mess you up. You don't go in there and educate yourself and find God, it's over for you. But yeah, all in all, man, my life is blessed, and I'm grateful to be where I'm at now, and I don't regret my prison time. I actually thank God for it. I thank God for it, for real, because I'm still alive, and I don't got life in prison or nothing like that, so I got another opportunity.
Right. At this thing called life.
Yep, at this thing called life.
How is your mental now? Like after seeing so much throughout your life, trauma as a kid, even going into being in and out of prison, even to now 3 years out, like when you sit down and think about your life and everything that flashed before your eyes, like how do you feel mentally like as of today?
I mean, I have my ups and downs mentally. You know, none of us perfect. But for the most part, I'm at peace. I'm happy with my life. I'm happy. I'm not depressed or stressed out based off my past. Even if certain things, certain organizations or situations I try to get myself into for positive, on the positive side, they judge me off my past and I can't do it. I just be like, all right, it's cool. I move on to the next. I know God got something for me. Like, cause my past haunt me all the time. I try to get my drone license to fly drones and stuff. I can't cause I'm a felon. So it's a lot of stuff I can't do as a felon. There's certain countries I can't go to. So that right there could bother somebody, but I walk with God, man. I'm living for God. I don't even really care what I want to do. It's what God want me to do. So I know God gonna open up any doors I need to go through for me to live the life He want me to live. So I don't even care about that type of stuff. You don't want a felony, that's bad now. But you can still be successful with a felon though. I do want to put that out there. You can be whatever you want to be for real with a felon. You just gotta.
Can't really do a lot of corporate.
Yeah, you can't do a lot of corporate, but.
What I'm hearing is, right, when I hear that it costs to be a criminal, it costs a lot. It costs to be a criminal, not just in prison, because even after, you still have to face those consequences.
I gotta face those
you can't do it. You can't do it as much
for the rest of my life. I gotta get pardoned of my crime, and then I'm back, can do whatever. I'm free, and I'm actually working on that. I'm working on getting pardoned. So that's something that's this year coming to this 26. I'm about to pursue that pardon because I've been out a little bit. I've been out for a few years and accomplished a lot, and I got a lot of people that I'm connected with that can put in good word. That's powerful people. So hopefully I can make that happen and I'll be back free.
What do you say to a kid who knows right but still does wrong?
What I can say to a kid is pray, build a relationship with God, read the Bible, go to church, go fellowship, because that alone, that is the key of building that willpower to be able to change and see the world different in a better light. Is seeking God. Like that, I can say that outside of spirituality, it's environment. You got to put them in an environment. But both, you can't lose. Your kid is gonna win.
Well said, brother.
Yeah.
Look, brother, thank you for coming on the podcast. I really do appreciate the words of the things that I've learned a lot about you, but I've learned a lot about life within this podcast, and I pray that somebody on the other end of that camera receives the same valuable information that I just received, brother. So thank you, man. I really do appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on.